Elliot Daly impressed too, although he will be disappointed not to have scored early on, and will also be frustrated he didn't put Williams over in the first half as the old failings of not taking their chances came back to haunt the Lions. The only one of Gatland's big calls that failed to impress was Alan Wynne-Jones. The lock seemed off the pace and was turned over as he struggled. Marowitz replaced him after just 48 minutes, and Gatland will be sorely tempted to make that switch to his starting lineup for the second test. The biggest call of all was style of play, however, and in that Gatland was absolutely justified. There were times when the tourists were playing like the Harlem Globetrotters, and it was quite something to watch. If this is Warren ball, then bring it on, without a doubt. The great Lions scores of recent tours have all been sensational individual efforts. Think Brian O'Driscoll and George North against Australia in 2001 and 2013, but this was different. This was a score that most people thought the tourists were simply not capable of until they pulled off a similar score against the Chiefs on Tuesday. There is, though, a huge difference between scoring a try like that against a second or third string Super Rugby side, but quite another to do so against the All Blacks at Eden Park. It also included a lovely little block by Ben Teo and Sonny Bill Williams, just the type of subtle trick that Warren Gatland had accused the All Blacks of last Monday. But after that block it was simply glorious as Liam Williams sliced through the defense before Elliot Daly and Jonathan Davies took the ball and before laying it back for O'Brien to touchdown. It was a fantastic score that the All Blacks themselves would have been proud of and matched anything the Lions have produced in a long time. In the end, though, it just wasn't enough. Considering the No. 8 had not played in 6 weeks due to a broken thumb, this was a quite astonishing performance by the New Zealand captain. In fact, this was a quite astonishing performance full stop. Red was exceptional, making huge hits and mammoth tackles throughout, but his best moment was the jaw-dropping offload that set up Rico Ioane's first try. It was a piece of skill that proved just too good for the Lions and could only be admired. Work on finishing their chances. There were 3 clear chances they weren't quite able to finish off. If they had, the test would have been over with time to spare. New Zealand had fewer opportunities, but took them thanks to 2 exceptional pieces of skill: Cody Taylor's pickup and Kieran Reid's incredible offload from the base of the scrum that set up Rico Ioane's score. The Lions need to take their chances, otherwise they will have little chance of overturning the 1-0 deficit into a series victory. Gatland will also be thinking of changes to his side. Marowitz put forward a convincing case to start, while George North and Sam Warburton may also fancy their chances of getting into the starting 15. Work on transforming a majestic 30-minute performance into a full 80. There were spells in both halves where the Lions simply couldn't get close to their hosts, and they paid the price. That the All Blacks couldn't play in that manner for the entire match is hardly surprising. This was their second test in 7 months, and the Lions were brilliant themselves either side of halftime. But with another game under their belts, it is scary quite how good they could be next weekend. The Lions will have to step up a gear if they are to get back into the series in Hamilton next Saturday.